All right, today marks the 25th anniversary of the demolition of the 16th century Babri Masjid in Uttar Pradesh's Ayodhya. While security has been stepped up in the entire UP, the Home Ministry has issued an advisory to all states to ensure that there was peace and no incident of communal tension anywhere in the country. The MAJ has urged states to deploy adequate security forces at sensitive places and maintain extra vigil so that attempts to disturb peace could be foiled. At least 2 companies of Rapid Action Force have been rushed to Faizabad district, where Ayodhya is located. The holy city is already well protected with 500 men and women personnel deployed at the disputed site. Meanwhile, Vishwa Hindu Parishad will observe the day as Shaurya Sankalp Divas in UP. Remember, the Supreme Court yesterday deferred the final hearing in the Ayodhya title dispute to 8th February next year. Babri Masjid's demolition on December 6, 1992 was followed by the riots which killed hundreds of people. All right, today marks 25 years of the demolition of the Babri Masjid. However, a lot of political rhetoric also playing out in the sidelines. You just saw yesterday how Kapil Sibal, who represents one side where the case is concerned, within hours of the Supreme Court deferring Ayodhya hearing to February last year, Congress and BJP have been indulging in a war of words. Senior counsel representing the Sunni Waqf Board, Kapil Sibal, asked the court to defer the case till 2019. as it may influence the next Lok Sabha polls. He also targeted petitioner Subramanian Swamy, asking the apex court why his petition is being entertained. This followed a scathing attack from the BJP president Amit Shah, who used the Ayodhya hearing to tear into the Congress. He asked how Sibal's representing the Muslims when Rahul Gandhi has been hopping across temples in Gujarat. He said Sibal is being used to delay the Ram Janmabhoomi hearing. The case has been deferred till February 2018. However, the CJI has clarified that no adjournment will be entertained after that.
पर सुनवाई को टालने के लिए कपिल सिब्बल का उपयोग किया जा रहा है। मैं मानता हूं कांग्रेस पार्टी ने अपने दोहरे रवैये को जनता के सामने स्पष्ट करना चाहिए और साफ होकर आना चाहिए कि राम जन्मभूमि केस जल्दी चले, वो कांग्रेस पार्टी चाहती है या नहीं चाहती है।
इस देश की सबसे बड़ी त्रासदी, जिसमें 25,000 लोग का कत्ल हुआ और 50,000 से अधिक जले, वो 2 दिसंबर 1984 को भोपाल गैस ट्रेजेडी थी। और उसमें वकील कौन थे? वो थे अरुण जेटली जी। तो अगर किसी त्रासदी में कोई वकील बन जाए, पूरी पार्टी आरोपित होती है, तो क्या श्री अमित शाह आज वायदा करते हैं देश के समक्ष कि आज रात को ही अरुण जेटली जी को वित्त मंत्री के पद से बर्खास्त कर भाजपा की सदस्यता से बर्खास्त कर दिया जाएगा?
All right, joining me right now on the burning question is Anila Singh, spokesperson, Uttar Pradesh BJP. We also have Ami Yajnik, spokesperson, Congress from Ahmedabad. She's joining us right now on the phone line. We have Sharad Pradhan, senior journalist from Lucknow. Before we go across to our political guests, Sharad Pradhan, Mr. Pradhan, I want to come to you first. With all of the kind of language that has been going around, this entire issue has totally degraded it. Let's just look at what's even happening on social media, where Rahul Gandhi now being called a Babar Bhakt, the Congress, of course, stooping to equal measure.
Well, as far as the social media is concerned, less said the better, the kind of things that float around. But fact of the matter is that in this case, in case of the Ayodhya issue, all political parties are playing their own politics. Each one of them have their own axe to grind, and which is what is reflected in the actions that they have been taking. For instance, Kapil Sibal going on at the 11th hour to the court and talking about deferment. Why couldn't this have been done earlier? This is like playing the same kind of politics that the BJP has been playing on from the other side. But the point that Kapil Sibal, Dushyant Dave and Rajiv Dhawan, 3 top lawyers of the country, initiating this kind of effort, but they have a point. The point that they have is that BJP is likely to, in case the verdict goes in their favor, it is likely to make political mileage out of it, And because you know, if they are able to build the temple, that will be a huge scoring point for the BJP. So it certainly makes sense. But the point is that when the Supreme Court had decided to start day-to-day hearing from December 5 months back, why couldn't the Congress raise this issue? And then on the other hand, why Kapil Sibal's statement is objectionable? Because on one hand, he claims that he is speaking on behalf of the Sunni Central Waqf Board.
And
why can't the Congress come out openly?
No, but the Congress has. But Mr. Pradhan, the Congress has come out.
Because after all...
No, Mr. Pradhan, the Congress has. Only yesterday, there was a press conference by Mr. Surjewala who distanced himself and the Congress from the comments of Mr. Sibal. But what is in fact, the point here is, the argument made by Mr. Sibal, because he says that this will impact elections, because if he is the legal representative of the Waqf Board, then elections or whether there will be an impact in 2019 is not the prerogative, because this is a political line taken by a leader who has political association. The Congress might as well say today that it has nothing to do with Mr. Sibal or his line. But very different there. We don't have Ami Yajnik. We're going to try and get in a Congress reaction. We're waiting for our guest to be patched. But let me cut across to Anila Singh, who's joining me right now as the capacity of the BJP spokesperson. Ms. Singh, you know, the BJP itself is also taking the discourse to an entirely different level. And trying to draw maximum political capital of it. Because what's the need of even mentioning? You just have a tweet by Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao, the spokesperson of the BJP, calling Rahul Gandhi a Babar Bhakt.
So what is wrong in that?
What's
to start with,
really you think that's
Party, like
do you
right
think that's
from the
do you think Mr. Anila Singh, do you think that's the right mature political discourse to take at this point?
Correct.
How?
It is absolutely, of course, for us it is absolutely a right political discourse, and for others it might be irritating, and some might get agitated out of it by reading that
but
tweet.
I'm asking, how is this mature political discourse?
For the majority of the Hindus who believe in a proper political discourse and in the faith, I think so that is absolutely correct.
No, you're not making sense, Ms. Singh. How is this a mature political statement for the spokesperson? One second. Ms. Singh, whether it's correct or not, what is your reasoning by calling Rahul Gandhi a Babar Bhakt? What makes Rahul Gandhi a Babar Bhakt here?
He is a bit, because he himself is a cheat. He himself is an exploiter.
What are you saying?
That is his character. Isn't this family carrying on?
So therefore he's a Babar Bhakt.
Of course. Why Rahul Gandhi is so hesitant in adopting his grandfather's surname? And if he is following metrical
how is this an attack on Rahul Gandhi?
The surname of his mother.
Miss Singh, how is this come to be an attack on Rahul Gandhi?
The Congress party and especially this family, they have always exploited the feeling of.
How is this an attack on Rahul Gandhi?
You see, if you read, if you go through, let me complete. Preeti, you have just threw a question on me that how Mr. Narasimha can compare.
I'm talking about the discourse which is following this debate, taking the political narrative to an abject low.
Mughal rulers, you will come to know that he is carrying all traits of Mughal emperors.
What are you saying, Ms. Singh? You know, this is bizarre. Mr. Pradhan, do you want to come in? You know, we don't have a Congress spokesperson yet. We're going to try and connect to a Congress spokesperson. Let me connect to senior journalist Sharad Pradhan, who's joining me. You know, Mr. Pradhan, this is bizarre with what's going on, the kind of explanations that are flying. It's bizarre.
I am not shocked because Anila Singh has been known to be doing that. She knows very little, but she has to keep the party in good humor for various reasons, for personal reasons, so that she can score brownie points. What she is talking is absolutely ridiculous. She doesn't even know.
It is better, Ashok Pradhan, you comment what PT has asked you.
You please keep quiet. Please
I
keep
also
quiet.
know what
Please
you are.
keep quiet. I was not disturbing you.
One
Anila
second.
Singh, you have a
You
bad
keep
habit.
quiet. You keep
You have a
quiet.
very bad
How
habit.
dare you
You have
attack
a
me
very
personally?
One second. Let's keep the debate civil. Let's keep the debate. Let's try and keep the debate civil.
Ashok Pradhan, I know you in and
your
out.
husband is in
I
the
know you
government.
in and out. And what you had been doing in Uttar Pradesh.
All right, let's not get into personal attacks. One second. One second. One second. Let's not get into personal attacks. Let me cut across. All right. Okay, let me. We have Sanjay Jha. We just. I request our panel to put the fader down because this is just unparliamentary what's going on. Let's not get into personal attacks here. All right, we do finally have a Congress spokesperson joining us right now. We have Sanjay Jha on the phone line. You know, Sanjay, yes, the Congress has distanced itself when it comes down to the comments made incapacity of a lawyer where Mr. Sibal is concerned. But the comments made by Mr. Sibal, Sanjay, and you must admit, smack when it comes down to political commentary, because he's not saying anything. He's saying it will impact elections. Then why shouldn't it be taken off as the Congress point of view?
Preeti, I will keep my answer rather brief. First and foremost, I just heard the BJP spokesperson making allegations against the Congress Vice President, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, and I thought they were extremely derogatory and defamatory. And I think if she has any political decency, she should publicly apologize for those preposterous comments. But anyway, that I don't expect much from the BJP. The second point is, let's please note the fact that Mr. Kapil Sibal is, yes, he's a Congress leader, but he's also a very eminent lawyer. He's an extremely prominent face in the Supreme Court of India. Now, the Sunni Waqf Board, which is fighting this case against, on the Babri Masjid issue, has a right to engage any lawyer that they wish. And the point here is, in his capacity as a lawyer for the Sunni Waqf Board, whatever comments Mr. Sibal makes, he's representing his client.
Sanjay,
Now to answer your question,
right.
Why did he say the defamate? If you notice, there is a larger case that has been made by him and another lawyer whom personally I respect a lot called Mr. Rajiv Dhawan, who have talked about moving this case to a higher or a larger constitutional bench. Now, these things take time.
But Sanjay, I want to come in. No.
Yeah.
Sanjay, I want to ask you a question. Because, yes, he said that in the capacity of a lawyer representing the Sunni Waqf Board. But the comment made by him in court is highly political, has political connotations, because when Mr. Sibal, who is aligned with the Congress, goes across and says on such a controversial and contentious issue, when it comes down to the Ram Mandir, says that it should be deferred as it might impact 2019 elections. Why should it not be taken politically?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Preeti. I mean, like it or not, we live in a society and politics impinges on people's lives. Now, you look at the situation today in the country, whether it's Gujarat, whether you're hearing Mr. Modi, Mr. Amit Shah. Today, right now, on your channel, the BJP spokespersons, the kind of words they're using, there is an attempt in this country to create a huge religious polarization. Whether it is to do with an election, whether it's to do with Gujarat, whether it's to do with our society.
How does that explain Mr. Sibal's comments? That's a separate story, Sanjay.
I will explain that. I think read the fine line. Mr. Rajiv Dhawan made, I think, a very pertinent point that some people are missing out on. That this verdict, where we all know that in 1992, in a very organized way, the BJP, the RSS, the VHP were involved in bringing down the Babri Masjid. We all recognize that it divided India in an absolutely irrevocable way. Therefore, with elections coming, with the Yogi Adityanath government being there in UP, they are saying that secularism itself may be under serious threat. I think it's a larger statement and should not be linked merely to one or two elections. I think the larger issue that is, there is a tension in the air. Social divisiveness is very evident, and I think the RSS and the BJP are going
Does the Congress, Sanjay, does the Congress believe that the verdict needs to be deferred until 2019 elections?
No, we are saying that the Supreme Court is absolutely the final arbiter of what should be done in this case. If the Supreme Court can pass a verdict within 5 days, the Congress party will more than welcome that. That's the point we are making. We are saying, please do not allow anyone to make a comment on this issue. Why is Amit Shah talking about what is Kapil Sibal arguing? Let's all of us wait for what the Supreme Court...
No, because I'll tell you, Sanjay, why Mr. Shah is commenting on what Kapil Sibal is arguing is because Kapil Sibal's argument were of a highly political nature. That's why.
Well, I can tell you something. I think anyone who's making political statements here is clearly, without doubt and doubtlessly, the Bharatiya Janata Party. They have linked in issues of Rohingyas, they have brought in issues of Kashmiris, they are calling Aurangzeb, Narendra Modi is going on and on about, communal politics in a brazen kind of a fashion. What the Congress Party says, and I'll repeat it again, if the Supreme Court passes a verdict today, tomorrow, 6 months, before 2019, the Congress Party believes not only will the Congress Party welcome it, in fact, we want an expeditious settlement of this extremely controversial issue. It needs to be settled at the earliest. That's the point we are making. If it's before 2019, we welcome it. If it's after 2019, well, whatever verdict comes,
But do you think, Sanjay, it's harming the Congress? Do you think it's harming the Congress by not making it stand clear on the issue of Ram Mandir? Where does the Congress stand?
Preeti, yesterday my colleague and senior, the BJP, ultimately a chief spokesperson, Mr. Randeep Surjewala, I thought was extremely categorical. As a responsible spokesperson of the party, I repeat it again, the Congress Party wants a very early settlement of the entire issue. And if the Supreme Court verdict, I do hope the BJP will honor it, whichever way it goes. That's what I'm more worried about.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you joining us, Sanjay. We thank our panel as well.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.